The stars were quiet, the galaxy slept. But on this day, the silence would end. In every city, on every planet under the Empire's rule, people looked up at the screens. The Empire had ordered all ships, stations, homes, and workplaces to stop. Everyone must watch the special broadcast. No one could look away. Soldiers stood on every street to make sure of it. The screen showed a dark hall, giant and cold. In the center stood a small girl, thin, human. Her hands were locked in metal cuffs. Her feet were bare. Her face was dirty but calm. Her name was Elara. She was only 16. The alien announcer's voice filled the galaxy, loud, sharp, and proud. This is the fate of all who rise against the great empire. The human girl Elara tried to bring chaos. She tried to wake the humans, but she failed. Elara raised her eyes to the camera. Her lips moved slowly. Her voice was soft but clear. "I didn't fail, you did." Silence spread across the stars. On a mining moon near the edge of the Empire, a boy sat in front of the screen. His name was Jace, 17 years old, quiet, sharp eyes. Covered in coal dust. He watched without blinking. The other miners shook their heads, some turned away. Others cursed the Empire under their breath. But Jace stayed still. He didn't speak. He didn't cry. He watched. Back on the screen, the Emperor walked into view. Tall, gray skin. 4 eyes, robes that glowed like fire. His smile was cold. "For your crimes against the Order," he said, "you are sentenced to death." Elara didn't look at him. She looked at the camera. "We are not weak. We are waiting." And we are. Many. The screen turned black. Then came the sound. A single shot. A gasp. Then silence. The broadcast ended. Across the galaxy, people sat frozen. On Jace's moon, a metal cup fell from someone's hand. It rolled on the floor. Clink, clink, clink. No one moved. Jace stood up. He walked out without saying a word. Outside, the air was heavy. The mining colony was full of black dust and broken machines. The alien guards were watching everyone, laughing. Jace didn't look at them. He walked to an old storage unit. Locked for years, no one used it anymore. He entered a code. The door opened with a loud hiss. Inside were tools, wires, boxes, and one old crate. It was covered in cloth. Jace pulled the cloth away. Inside the crate were old Earth weapons. Illegal tech. Rusted but still deadly. He touched one. His face was calm, but his eyes were burning. 2 days earlier, Ira sat in a prison cell made of cold stone and bright force fields. The guards didn't speak to her. Cameras watched her all the time, but Elara wasn't afraid. She had known this would happen. A week ago, she had sent a message to someone. A girl named Tala, her best friend, a hacker, a rebel, and once a worker for the Empire's broadcast system. The message was short. "They'll make it public. Let them. Show them I'm not scared." Elara knew the Empire wanted fear, but fear was a weapon that could break. She didn't want to fight with guns. She wanted to fight with truth. The message she gave would be short. Her death would be fast, but the spark she left behind, that could become a fire. Now, Tala was in hiding. On a space station forgotten by most. She had dark hair, smart eyes, and fingers always moving on her datapad. She saw the broadcast. She heard Elara's voice. She cried, not loud. Just one tear. Then she stood up. She connected to a secret network used only by rebel humans across the stars. She typed one line. "You saw her. You heard her. Are you still asleep?" Hundreds of messages came back. "Yes, we saw." For Elara. Back in the mining colony, Jace cleaned the weapons. Carefully, he remembered something Elara once said when they were children. "We don't need to be strong, just ready." He didn't plan to wait anymore. The Empire celebrates the Emperor. Stood in front of millions on his capital planet. His guards surrounded him. The crowd was full of different alien races. They cheered, some were afraid. Others were happy to see the humans crushed. He raised his hand. Let all who rebel see this day, and remember, the Empire is forever. But something strange happened. In one corner of the capital city. A screen flickered, then another, and then another. Suddenly all the screens went dark. A voice played. It was Allura's. You are afraid of one girl. What will you do when all of us rise? The screens lit up again, this time showing human faces, names, colonies, ships, all across the Empire. The humans were waking up. Secret meeting. Jace met Tala on an old cargo ship. The crew was human. The ship was slow, old, and half-broken, but invisible to Empire scanners. They hugged. Tala gave him a device. Her last message. She sent it only to me. It's for you. Jace played it. Allura's voice spoke again. If you're hearing this, I'm gone. But don't stop, don't wait. You have what we need. You can light the fire. Jace looked at Tala. I will. Across the stars in a farming world, a young human girl drew Allura's face on a wall. In a prison, a human man whispered her name before punching a guard. In a school, on a rich planet, human children raised their heads. For the first time, they were not ashamed of being human. Everywhere, something changed. The Empire had tried to break the humans. Instead, they made her a symbol. Inside the Empire, the Emperor met with his generals. Why is her name still being spoken? He growled. One general looked nervous. They're using old tech, Earth systems. We can't trace all of them. Then kill more of them. The Emperor snapped, but even he could feel it. Something was coming. The plan begins. Jace and Tala built a small team. Engineers, fighters, pilots, hackers. They moved from moon to moon. They sent quiet messages to other humans. They didn't shout. They didn't fight yet. They waited. Prepared. Watched. But they knew. Fire had started. Final scene of part 1. Jace walks alone across a dark field, under stars, carrying one of Allura's favorite books. He opens it. A piece of paper falls out. It says only one thing. Don't be sad. Light the match. He looks up. Behind him, the team is loading gear, weapons, tools. He puts the note in his jacket. Let's wake them up. The stars looked peaceful. But peace was a lie. In deep space, a small cargo ship drifted near an old asteroid belt. It had no weapons, no flag, and looked empty. But inside, humans were planning something big. Jace sat at a metal table. His hands were rough from work. His eyes were tired but full of fire. Across from him sat a girl with short black hair and a sharp voice. Her name was Tala. She'd been hiding since Allura died. But not running. She had been waiting for this moment. The message. Tala placed a small device on the table. A projector flickered to life. Allura's face appeared. Her voice filled the room. If you're hearing this, then I'm gone. But this isn't the end. You know what to do. Jace didn't blink. He just listened. Tala watched him carefully. She trusted you, Tala said. She always did. And I won't fail her, Jace replied. Old friends knew. Tala pulled up a star map. Tiny red dots lit up, hidden rebel signals from across the galaxy. Before they caught her, Allura asked me to build this, Tala said. It's a human network. Hidden from Empire eyes. Messages, coordinates, names. We're not alone. Jace leaned in. How many? Hundreds. Maybe. Thousands. They're waiting for someone to lead. Jace stood. He looked at Allura's face one last time on the hala. Then we lead. The plan. They gathered their small team. Milo, a pilot with nerves of steel. Dre, a silent ex-soldier who once served the Empire but switched sides. Lyra, an engineer who could fix anything. In the dusty hangar, they talked quietly. No one shouted. They didn't need speeches. They only had one mission now: turn her last words into war. Tala showed them the next target, a relay tower in deep orbit. If we take it, we can send a signal across 50 systems, untraceable. The Empire will come fast, Milo warned. Let them, Jace said. They'll hear us either way. Flashback. Alara and Tala 2 years ago. Alara and Tala sat on a rooftop, watching the stars. Back then, Earth still had schools, lights, and laughter. You think they'll ever leave us alone? Alara asked. No, Tala said. But we can make them afraid of us. Alara laughed softly. Then we'll need to be loud. Back in the present, Tala wiped a tear. She wasn't sad. She was angry. The signal the team reached the tower after sneaking past patrols. It was small, floating alone near a gas giant, one guard ship. No alarms. Milo docked the ship. Lyra started the hack. Tala got into the mainframe. Inside, they found something strange, a locked file from Empire Command. Tala cracked it open. Her face turned pale. It's not just about Alara. They're planning a second broadcast. Where? Jace asked. Tala looked at him. Earth. The truth the file revealed: secret orders. In 2 weeks, the Empire would begin a cleansing of all remaining human colonies. Earth would be last. A final message. Alara's death was only the start. They wanted to end the human race, live again. Jace looked out the window at the stars. Then we don't wait 2 weeks. We fight now. The broadcast that changed everything. Tala turned on the tower's signal. She began uploading videos, real ones. Alara in the cell. Alara's last words. Her message to humans. Then she added something new. The secret Empire plans they had just found. The truth spread fast. On a mining planet, workers stopped working and burned an Empire flag. On a trade ship, a captain changed course to help the rebels. On a school moon, a teacher said Alara's name aloud and wasn't arrested. People were waking up. The fire was growing. The Empire responds back on the capital world. The Emperor was not pleased. Find them, he growled. Cut the network. Silence the girl's voice. But it was too late. Alara's voice was everywhere now. In homes, in streets, in the hearts of millions. One of the generals said quietly, We may have made her a martyr. The Emperor's eyes glowed red. Then make the next one hurt even more. The end of Part 2, on the rebel ship. Jace stared at the stars again. We were quiet for too long, he said. They thought we were weak. Tala smiled. Just a little. They were wrong. A message came through the human network. We saw Alara. We're with you. What's next? Jace replied, Strike. Space is big, cold, and quiet. But today, something in that silence changed. A small patrol ship was flying near the edge of Empire space. It carried fuel, weapons, and supplies, nothing special. Just another boring day for its alien crew. They didn't know they were being watched. The setup inside an old mining ship hidden behind a dead moon. Jace and Tala prepared for their first strike. Tala tapped fast on her datapad. Their patrol routes are lazy, same every day. This one's alone and full of Empire gear. We take it, we send a message, Jace said. Something they can't ignore. Dre checked his gun. Lyra adjusted the engines. Milo smiled from the pilot's chair. Ready to wake the stars? Jace nodded. Let's begin. They attacked. The patrol ship flew close. Suddenly, engines roared. From the shadows, Jace's ship shot forward. One quick blast to the enemy's tail. The patrol ship lost power. Before they could send a signal, Dre and Jace jumped aboard using magnetic boots. The aliens inside, lizard-like guards, reached for weapons. But Jace was faster. He fired. Dre knocked one down with a shock baton. In 40 seconds, it was over. No Empire deaths, Jace said. Just fear. They tied the guards. Left a message on the control screen. Tala sent it across every known frequency. This ship now belongs to humanity, for Alara. The fire spreads the message didn't go viral. It exploded. Across every planet, it reached humans first. But this time, others watched too. Species long ruled by the Empire, forced into silence. On the planet Juntor, an insectoid worker whispered to his son, "The humans are fighting." On the moon Kalas 3, a merchant paused his trade and replayed the message 5 times. On Earth, hidden in a forest base, a human general smiled. So the kids finally moved. Empire's reaction inside the Empire's capital. Alarms rang. General shouted. Maps lit up. Voices argued. "It's just one ship," one said. "No," another replied. "It's the first spark." The Emperor walked in. He didn't speak. He watched the footage of Jace's team. He stared at Alara's name. Then he said, "Let the galaxy know, for every one human that strikes, we'll crush 100. Rebels on the move. Jace and the team returned to their hideout. Tired, sweaty, but alive. Tala grinned. "They're scared." Jace didn't smile. "Good, but this was just the start. We need more." He turned to the others. "We find the humans still hiding. Still scared. We tell them, now is the time." Milo raised his hand. "How do we do that?" Tala showed him. She had built a secret app, made with old Earth code, impossible to track. "We use their own systems," she said. "We send the signal from inside the Empire's walls." The spy, meanwhile, deep inside an Empire research base. A human spy named Reef saw the message. He had been hiding for 5 years, pretending to be loyal, feeding data to no one. But when he saw Ilara's face, when he heard Jace's voice, he stood up. He copied every secret file he could find, fleet plans, attack dates, weak points, and disappeared into the shadows. Whispered, for Ilara. First blood. 3 days later, another attack happened. A mining station went silent. Empire soldiers went missing. No bodies, no signs. Just one word burned on the wall. Awake. The Empire started to panic. They blamed the humans, but they didn't know who or where. They didn't know what was coming next. Alien allies. On a desert world, a bird-like alien named Quarn, who once served as an Empire scout, watched the news. He turned to his crew. They killed the girl, and now the humans fight. His second-in-command frowned. "So," Quarn said, "I want in." Ending scene. Back on the rebel ship, Jace stood on the top deck, looking at the stars. Tala walked beside him. "We hit them hard. You think Ilara would be proud?" Jace shook his head. "She wouldn't care about pride. She'd say, 'What's next?'" Tala smiled. "Then let's answer her." Suddenly, a message came in from Reef, the spy. It was short. "I have everything. Meet me, fast." Jace looked at Tala. "Let's hit them harder." Opening scene. The lie on the Empire's main world. The skies were clear. Streets were clean. Soldiers marched with pride. Every screen turned on. The Emperor appeared, dressed in gold armor. His 4 eyes stared into every home, every ship, every planet. His voice was deep and cold. "Do not believe the human lies. That girl, Ilara, was dangerous. A terrorist. A traitor. She had no family, no friends, no cause. Her words were fake. Her death was justice." He smiled, "And the rebels who speak her name will face the same end." The speech ended. The screens turned black, but something had changed. The truth leaked. Tala sat at her station, watching the Emperor's words with disgust. "Lies," she said. Reef, the spy they rescued from the research base, had brought something powerful. Real files, video files, Empire records, internal messages. "Look at this," Reef said. "Ilara was never given a trial. No court, no judge. They planned her execution before she was even captured." He showed them the truth. The day before Ilara's death, an Empire general had sent a message. "We must kill the human girl publicly. Her death must scare the others." No trial is needed. Jace clenched his fists. Broadcast their truth. Every second of it. Tala nodded. The Empire strikes back. Before Tala could finish sending the leaked footage, the ship shook. Warning lights flashed. They found us, Milo shouted. Empire drone swarm incoming. 5 fast enemy drones zipped through space like knives. Jace and Dre jumped to the turrets. Lyra rerouted power. Tala kept sending the video, even while the ship shook around her. Keep flying, she shouted. Milo did. One drone exploded. Then another. Dre took the third. Jace hit the fourth, but the fifth crashed into the hull. Sparks flew. Fires started. We're hit, Lyra screamed. Engines failing. Jace looked at Tala. Did the truth go out? Tala smiled through smoke and flames. Yes. Galaxy reacts to the truth across the stars. People watched. The leaked video showed everything. Ilara in chains. The Empire laughing behind closed doors. The order to kill without reason. The Emperor's lies. On colony after colony, humans rose from silence. On planet Varnox, workers walked off the job. On Moon Delta 6, human kids refused to say the Empire's pledge. Even aliens began to whisper. What else is the Empire hiding? Afi. Rebellion grows. Tala and the crew crash-landed on a frozen moon. They limped from the wreckage. But they were alive. Other rebel ships came to help. Humans from 3 different colonies had heard the message. They were not soldiers. Just farmers, traders, engineers. But they had fire. We saw Ilara, one woman said. We saw what they did. We're ready. Jace looked at Tala. It's happening. Empire panic. Back in the Empire's command center. Things were falling apart. Generals argued. We need more control. The people are questioning the girl's death. Shut down all human systems now. The Emperor raised a hand. Silence. Forget control. Let them fear. He gave one order. Destroy a human colony. Live. No hiding. Let them all watch. The next broadcast Empire ships were sent to a small human colony on Aaron 3. Population 6,000. Farmers. No weapons. No defense. The rebels heard about it, but it was too late. The broadcast began. Screens lit up across the galaxy. Tears filled human eyes. An Empire officer smiled. You were warned. He pressed a button. Fire rained from the sky. The colony burned. But just before the flames reached the last building, a surprise. A hidden defense turret, built using old Earth tech, activated. Boom. 2 Empire ships exploded. Child's voice came from the speakers. We are not weak. We are awake. Then silence. End scene. The Promessaje stood on the frozen moon, staring at the stars. Tala walked up beside him, bruised and tired. They won't stop, she said. Jace didn't answer. Then he said quietly, neither will we. He looked down at the device in his hand. It was Ilara's necklace, a small cube, still glowing. She lit the fire. We carry it now. Opening scene. Silence before the storm. The moon was quiet. Snow covered the rebel camp. Inside an old storage bunker, Jace and Tala stood over a table covered in maps, data chips, and broken weapons. Tala checked the comms. No response from Aaron 3. The Empire really did it. Jace's jaw tightened. They're burning colonies now. We need a real win. Something big. Milo walked in. Then we hit back. Not just with guns, with something they can't hide. Target, the relay. World. Tala pointed to a planet on the star map. Tassan Prime. It's the Empire's main relay world in this sector. Half their signals pass through there. If we take it, even for 1 hour, we can broadcast everywhere. Dre crossed his arms. It's protected. Not anymore, Tala said. I found a back door. She smiled. Old human code. Still running in their systems. From when we helped build the towers, before they turned on us. Jace nodded. We go in, take the tower. Send the truth, wake more people. Across the stars, the spark grows before they left. Tyla sent one message through their secret human network. We are striking the Empire's voice. If you ever wanted to fight, now is the time. The answers came fast. We're in. What do you need? For Alara. For Aaron 3. For all of us. Ships began to move. Tiny, old, slow, but full of fire. From mining moons, cargo routes. Forgotten stations, humans were rising. The mission. The tower. Assault Jace's team dropped into Tisan. Prime's dark side using old stealth shuttles at their target. The central broadcast tower. Tall. Metal glowing red. They moved fast. Dressed as workers. Tala hacked the door with a homemade tool. Inside, alarms started. But too late. Dre and Milo held off the guards. Lyra plugged into the core.tala, uploaded the truth. Footage of Aaron 3 burning. The lies about Alara, the hidden orders from Empire. Command. All of it. Then she sent the message live. JACE stepped in front of the camera. The broadcast every screen in the Empire blinked, then changed. Jace's face appeared. Behind him, the human. Flag. His voice was calm. You killed a girl who only spoke the truth. You burned a world that had no weapons. You called us weak. He stared into the camera. But we are still here. Still human, still fighting. And we are not alone. Tala added a feed from rebel ships. Flying overhead, human ships. Thousands of people watched as old human war songs played again, banned for years. The galaxy reacts on a trade moon. Alien workers clapped. On a prison station, humans began. Chanting Alara's name, on Earth in the ruins of an old city, a child asked, "Is this what freedom looks like?" And his mother whispered, "Yes, it's starting." The Empire strikes back. Hard back in space, the Empire's fleet moved fast. Ships dropped over Tisan Prime like shadows. "Pull out!" Milo shouted. A grabbed her gear. Lyra shut down the upload, but Dre stayed behind to slow the guards. "You go. I'll hold the door." "No," Jace shouted. "We need this win," Dre said. He shut the blast doors with a smile. Then gunfire echoed through the hall. Escape. The team barely made it to the shuttle. Tala cried silently as they lifted off. Jace didn't speak. The mission had worked. The message had spread, but they had lost a friend. The first real win from orbit. They watched as the people on Tisan Prime, human workers, and even a few alien civilians, took to the streets. No more silence. No more fear. Signs were raised. We saw the truth. Justice for Alara. We are human. The Empire sent more ships. But the spark had become a flame. End. Seen. A bigger flame back in space. In the rebels' new hideout, Tala played Dre's last message. "If you hear this, it means I'm gone, but it also means you made it, so keep going. Don't stop, don't forgive, make them pay." Jace stood and turned to the team. "We hit their heart next." Milo frowned. "You mean the capital?" Jace nodded. "No more whispers. It's time they hear us scream." Opening scene. Cheers turned cold in the rebel hideout. Voices cheered. Jace's team had just won the biggest battle yet. They had taken the Empire's voice, even for a short time. But not everyone was smiling. A man in a dark jacket stood near the back of the room. His name was Commander Callan, a former Earth officer, a hero in the old days. Now. His eyes didn't show pride. They showed doubt. He turned and walked away before the next meeting started. No one noticed. Except Tala. The mission brief. Jace gathered the team. "We're hitting a supply convoy near the Empire's core. 10 ships. Fully armed, protected. But if we stop it, they lose fuel, weapons, and communication gear." Milo grinned. "Sounds fun." Tala tapped her screen. "We've got codes from the old spy network. We can disable 2 ships remotely. The rest we fight. Commander Kellen stepped forward. And if we lose people again? Dre is already gone. How many more will die? Jace stared at him. As many as it takes. Kellen said nothing, but Tala watched him closely. The plan was perfect. Or so they thought. The rebel fleet jumped into the ambush zone. The convoy was there, but something felt wrong. Too easy. Tala's code didn't work. They changed encryption. She shouted. Suddenly, explosions. Empire warships decloaked behind them. Big ones. It was a trap. We've been set up. Milo yelled, spinning the ship to dodge incoming fire. Lyra tried to boost the shields. How did they know? Jace's eyes went cold. Someone told them. The escape and the discovery. The rebels barely escaped with their lives. 1 ship lost. 7 dead. Back at the base, everyone was shaken, angry, scared. Tala worked non-stop, scanning logs and transmissions. She looked pale, tired, but her hands didn't stop. Then she found it. Secret message, encrypted in old Earth military code. Sent from inside their base. 30 minutes before the attack, she cracked it. It was Kellen, she whispered. The confrontation. Jace stormed into Kellen's room. Why? Kellen didn't deny it. He stood slowly, calmly. Because we can't win. You're making everyone believe we can, and that's dangerous. You sold us out to the Empire. No, I made peace. He stepped forward. They offered a deal, for Earth, for our people. If we stop this rebellion, they'd leave. Earth alone. Jace's voice was low. They're not leaving Earth alone. They're going to destroy it. Tala walked in. She threw a dataship at Kellen's feet. We decoded the next broadcast plans. It's Earth. Next week. Live. Kellen's face broke. No. They said. They promised. Jace looked at him with fire in his eyes. They lied. Just like they did about Ilara, and you helped them. The judgment. The rebels held a vote. Some wanted to kill Kellen. Some wanted to leave him behind. But Jace said, we don't become them. They locked him in a cell. No more commands. No more lies. Before leaving, Jace looked at him one last time. You didn't betray me. You betrayed her. He dropped Alora's glowing cube in front of the cell. Kellen turned away. Final blow. The Earth files. Tala uploaded the files the Empire had tried to hide. Details of the upcoming Earth broadcast. Empire fleets gathering coordinates of human cities to be wiped. Plans to turn Earth into a warning world. Millions watched the leaked footage. Earth was in danger. The time for small strikes was over. End scene. The Promissa. Jace stood at the edge of the landing platform. The stars were quiet again, but not for long. Milo walked up. What now? Jace didn't look away. Now we go home. Tala stepped beside him, and we protect it. Whatever it takes. Behind them, rebel ships powered up. They were heading to Earth. To stop the Empire. To finish what Alara started. Opening scene. Homecoming. The rebel fleet moved faster than ever. Jace stood on the bridge of their lead ship. His eyes scanned the stars, but his mind was on Earth. The place where everything began and everything could end. Tal. A joined him, her face pale but determined. We're close, too close. Jace's voice was steady. We'll be ready. Earth. Silence below. Earth was quiet. The cities glowed softly at night. But beneath that calm, people felt unease. Government screens flickered. Emergency broadcasts warned of possible disturbances. But no one knew the full truth. In a small town, a young girl watched the news. She didn't understand the danger yet, but she felt the change. The Empire strike suddenly. Alarms screamed across Earth's orbit. Massive Empire warships appeared, blocking out stars. They're here, Tala whispered. The skies filled with fighters. The battle for Earth had begun. Rebel Defensagis's fleet dropped into Earth's orbit. Fighters launched. Lasers cut through the darkness. Hold the line. Jace shouted. Tal hacked the Empire's communication satellites, scrambling their signals. But the Empire was strong. Their weapons were powerful. Cities below started to shake. Earth's people rise on the ground. Humans refused to hide. Protests erupted. People gathered in streets, chanting Alara's name. We are not weak. Military units began to question orders. Some joined the rebels secretly. The fire Alara started had reached Earth, the turning point in orbit. A massive battle raged. Jace's ship was hit. Smoke filled the bridge. We can't hold much longer, Milo said. Suddenly, from Earth's surface, huge EMP blasts fired into space. The people had weapons hidden, waiting. The Empire's ships faltered. Now! Jace yelled. The rebel fleet surged forward. Final scene: the Empire's flagship exploded in a brilliant flash. Jace looked at the stars, breathing hard. We did it, Tala said softly. Jace shook his head. No, this is just the beginning. He turned to the stars beyond Earth. For Alara, for humanity. Opening scene. After the battle, Empire's ships lay broken in Earth's orbit. Fires burned in the cold silence of space. J. S stood on the deck of the rebel flagship, staring at the stars. Tala joined him, tired but smiling. We've won, she said softly. Jace shook his head. No, we've only begun. A Galaxy Awakens news spread fast. Humans everywhere rose up. Small colonies started fighting. Alien species left the Empire. The great Empire was falling, piece by piece. Alara's name became a symbol of hope and resistance. Rebuilding back on Earth, people rebuilt their homes. Cities were damaged but alive. Jace walked through a crowd. Children looked up to him. A girl handed him a small glowing cube, Alara's necklace. For you, she said. He smiled. For all of us. A new leader, Jace and Tala, stood before a crowd on Earth's capital. We will never forget Alara. She showed us the way. The crowd cheered. The Empire tried to kill our spirit. But we are stronger. The final message. Tala turned to the holoscreen. The Empire's reign is over. Jace raised his hand. This is our new dawn. We are free. Together, we will build a future worth fighting for. Closing scene. Stars shone brighter. The galaxy was wide and open. Jace looked up. Alara's voice will always guide us.